Hey, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Body Conditioning with me, Rob. Okay, as the title tells you, okay, this is a body conditioning class. We're going to condition your body. Take a drink of water, because the first thing conditioning is to have a little sip of water. Look around your lips, hydrate. Okay, we're going to feel good this morning. Yeah, we're going to smash this. Interlock your fingers, roll your fingers whilst you're waiting for me to tell you about this exciting class. Over the summer, we have all had wonderful hormones released in our body of excitement, enjoyment, and also stress, pressure, cortisol, children, family, whatever it is. Also, coming out of lockdown, we've got to that point where, wow, we've got a bit of freedom, we can get back onto things. Keep rolling your wrist, keep moving it, you're going to need your fingers later. Okay, but that's great. But as a result, we also overindulge, we have barbecues, we have various things that we just feel a bit moreish about because the senses come through our body, we smell things better, we entertain ourselves. And do you know what? One of the key things we don't do is spend all of that time watching Netflix and TV and stuff when we are socializing with other people. So we absorb food a little bit better and also put a bit more mindfully as well. Now, shake it out. What's all this got to do with it? So the title suggests if you've got, your bingo wings going on, I'm hearing a lot of that at the moment. Bingo wings seems to have made a return. Beer gut going on, you're feeling a bit saggy in the legs, you're starting to chafe here in between your legs and your arms and your back. That is fine. That's your body, yeah? Now you've got to make a decision. Do something about it or keep it the same, okay? But don't shame your body. Never shame yourself. It's your body, it's your health. And I'll tell you what, I train a lot of people who've got adults and children with learning difficulties. I train people who are very elderly as well, who look back on their life or look at their life and go, I wish I. No, you don't need to wish because you got it, yeah? And so therefore, I want you to use your body, yeah, and make the most of it. So please, if you are shaming yourself because you read the title of this class and went, oh, I need to do something about it, stop shaming, accept it, forgive yourself, and get on with it. This is a training class to do that. Okay, so enough preamble beforehand. Check around one way, check around the other, make sure you've got plenty of room. Okay, you'll need some lightweights for this class, you'll need some heavyweights, and that could be just literally a bottle of water, something that's going to load your muscles, okay? It doesn't have to be a massive heavyweight. Please don't train overly, okay? As the ticker tape says at the bottom, you're going to keep all your exercises safe, relevant, and effective for you. Okay, so work here. Now, with your feet underneath your sitting bones, and if you can, take your shoes off and socks off, okay? Chuck them to the side, somewhere safe, okay? And work through your barefoot. And the reason behind that is it gives you a greater connectivity to the earth. It makes your feet do what they're supposed to do rather than being in a heel or a high heel if you're in them. I don't know. I don't know what you're wearing. You're online. I don't know what you're doing. Okay, so your foot connects properly and flat to the earth. So you're stabilizing your body better. You're using your muscle stabilizers. They're the muscles around your joints that hold you together, yeah? And they're the ones as well that get a bit stiff, and that's when you're going to see a chiropractor or a physio or a sports masseur like me. Yeah, that's where we start to stiffen up. And we've got to try and keep this all moving. So simply enough, if you're sitting at a desk all day, one of the best things you can do is stand up and just do this exercise, which is why it's the first exercise in every class I teach. Because if your ankles don't move and your feet don't move, the rest of it has not got a chance, yeah? So if you're going into a class and you haven't warmed your feet and your toes and got them back into plane, and you're doing jumping jacks like this, use poor technique, yeah? Get your feet moving, get your ankles moving, get your knees, your hips, your pelvis, your shoulders moving. That's the purpose of a warm-up, okay? To re-energize and restack your body. Knees track over your toes. Posture here. Better to do a bicep curl here than here, for example. Yeah, it's much better technique. You're going to use your muscles stronger. You're going to elongate better. You'll burn more calories. You'll tone better. You won't look dysmorphic. You'll look fit and athletic. That's the challenge. Okay, so we're going to work on a standing knee lift here. So we stand on our right foot. We make sure that front foot is facing forwards. Now keep working on this left knee up and down. Now keep going here. You might need to grab the wall. Yeah, you might need to grab a chair. You might need to hold your teammate. I don't know what you've got going on there, but what's important is your knee flex here. Now, if you've fallen over 3 times already, give yourself a pat on the back. Because if you haven't fallen over yet, you have not pushed your limit, yeah? So you should feel this little wobble, yeah? That's good. That means you're pushing through your range. If you're sat again, would you shut up? Yeah, which is probably what you're doing here. But if you're not getting here, you're not getting functionality. Yeah, so you should feel this knee is coming up over your hip height. Your hips right up here, finishes up here. So every single time you're losing my knee in the shot, my thumb in the shot. Yeah. Okay, change it over. Let's work the other foot. So knee flex up nice and high, pelvis forward. Toe turn in slightly. Keep this balance up. Shoulders back, chest up. Functional movement here. Get it down. Really good stuff. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Forward fold. Chin down, jaw down, nose down. Look through your feet. From here, you're going to fold your arms, put your elbows down to the ground. Okay, check. Big toe, little toe down to the floor. Toes to your heels down to the floor as well. We unfold the arms. We're slowly going to pull ourselves back up through into standing. Stretch your arms up overhead. Interlock your fingers and raise up onto those tiptoes for me. Nice and high. And release. Release again. Drop down. So nice and deep into this deadlift. Lengthening our body. Again, what we're trying to do is trying to get our body reset to how it's supposed to stand to form. Now, as we come through again, we're now going to tilt our hips back further here. Notice the legs are staying fairly straight. Chin down, jaw down, nose down, looking through our feet. Slowly retracting, pulling back up. Again, really drive up high onto the tiptoes, push the heels out, and let the thumbs anatomically come back behind you. Drop again. Oh. Don't worry, those are real noises coming out of me as well. Up stretch. Good. And if you can, you push up on the balls of your feet, taking the heels off the floor, push the heels out, drive. And release. Good, good. Okay, so from here, if you're on a mat and you're on a laminate floor, just move your mat out of the way for a sec, yeah? Okay, if you're just going to take a side step to the right and back in. Now, both feet are facing forwards here. In fact, anatomically, your big toes are slightly turned in and your second toes are nice and parallel. So big step out to the side and a big step back in again. Drop down, pelvis drive forward. Drop down, pelvis drive forward again. Nice, strong side to side movement. And as we're going to the side here, we're making sure that this foot still stays parallel to the other foot. The knee flexes forward towards the toe. Yeah, you should feel it nicely lengthening in the inner thigh. You should feel the lengthening and strengthening here through the front of the right thigh as well. So drop, deep breath in, breathe out, push back up again. Now use your hands on your thigh if you need to. See if you can drop that a little bit lower each time. And each time as you come back up through into standing, push and drive your pelvis forward. Down through, push up and up. Good. 5 more here, please. Looking good. 4 more here. Awesome. 3 more, please. Last 2. 1 more. Good, good. Now take a step to the right. Shake it out. Let's extend that left leg to the side. Good. And again, we're just going to make sure that those toes are nice and parallel to each other. It's a big step out to the side and back in. Now, when you get to the side, just take a moment to pause and make sure the knee tracks forward and make sure your hip is loading, yeah? People go, oh, well, you've got to turn the foot out to transverse direction. No, the knee can track forward here. That's going to be safe for the knee. And our pelvis is going to shift, yeah? We want some movement here. Get it out of the way, drive and drop down low. Awesome. 5 more here. Come on, let's get down there. Come on. Awesome. Through. Good. Stick your bum back. Keep your chest up. Keep your chin up. You're looking straight ahead. So if you're looking down at your toe here, bring your chin up. Look up here. Yeah? Keep that posture through. So we're keeping the cervical aspect of our spine and our thoracic nicely brought up. Nicely, chin up nice and high, chin off the chest. Yeah, we've got that nice extension through our chest here. We're putting our shoulders back as well. Neck nicely flexed back up nice and high. Awesome. And release, shake it out. Good. Okay, so from here, taking it into easy lunges, stepping forward and back. Now, notice a couple of things. Posture stays up tall. You don't need to get this knee down to the floor. Okay, so if you're struggling, use your hand on the wall, step, and then come back up. Okay, if you can, you will drop down into plank. And get right down into it. So you work through the range that suits you. Every time we're looking for that knee to get a little bit lower if you can. If you can get your knee to the floor, brilliant. But if it won't flex and get there without being painful, then don't worry, ease off it. Your lunge might be just that. Okay, but trust one thing for me. Keep going. That this stride is long enough for this knee to be plumb line to the midpoint of your foot. Okay, so if it's back here and your knee's tracking over the top of the toe, yeah, that's dangerous. It's going to put pressure on your patella. So step forward further, and now you can load. You see how my tibia, my shin is nice and 90 degrees to the floor. I can load that safely and come back up. Yeah, you got it. Nice, good. Drop, push, drive. Let's go. 2 more here, please. Last one. Let's go for it. 3, drop, press. Good. And release. Okay, grab yourself a drink of water. Nice little warm up. Okay, our first exercise is deep squats. Now, I've got a little platform behind me. It's a little bit of 2 to 3 timber. Okay, so it's on the floor. And I place my heels up on it. Now, the reason for that is my ankle flexibility is quite poor. And it's caused because I have a spur that's locked into my ankle. However, that stops me. It disables my movement. So I have to use something to allow me to get down into it. For most people, you won't need that. Okay. However, having said it, if it helps you get depth and build up strength in your quads, put something underneath your heels. Something that's flat, it's not going to slide. Okay, let's train. Okay, so we want a weight that's fairly heavy. What we're going to do is we're going to take this weight up to our chest. We're going to check our toe position, please. I want those feet in your seat mode. You're going to sit nice and low here. Okay, nice and deep. Now the chin stays up, the chest stays up. Toe to heel, flat down to the floor. And we're just going to give it an easy little pulse here. Up, down, up, down. Nice and strong. So our thighs are taking the load. Our hips are just wiggling up and down. Nice control here. Now we're going to do 15 seconds more. Now we're not sat down on our bottom here. We're pulsing. 10. Oh, my thighs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And stand. Good work. Nice deep squat. Good. Okay, next exercise. You need a bench for this one, or a chair, or a sofa. Something for you to sit on. Okay, we're going to sit down nice into that, and we're going to take our weights up onto our shoulders. Okay, so thumbs through the middle, and we sit down on the bench here. Okay, now we want our feet flat to the floor, our thighs parallel to the floor. Seated shoulder press all the way through. Now, the reason today I'm doing it seated is I want you to really concentrate on your lower back. So we're sitting up nice and strong, our lower back engaged, and at the top, our weights are reaching high at the top and touching. So nice high stretch, back in. 10 more here. Really good exercise this. It's a seated shoulder press. Now I want you to finish the last couple with an alternate. So each time the elbow tucks into the side and the other arm comes up overhead. Again, brace your middle section of your body. So your abdominals contracting hard and your back, and you're pressing up nice and high overhead. Stretch. So your ear is squeezed with your arm on both sides. Deltoid shoulders working really hard. Great little tricep extension and release. Great way of working the back of the arms, smashing those wings. Okay, next one. Okay, put your chair up against a wall. Okay, so it's going to go here. Okay, so we're going to take our right foot up on the bench. And we're going to lean into it. Okay, now, remember like with our lunge, okay, we're going to make sure that our knee in its flex position here isn't all the way over the tiptoe. So I can step forward and I'm going to keep my back foot where it is. I'm lunging through into this position here. I've got my hips driven forward and my shoulder back. We're going to be working this tomorrow in the mobility method class as well. This is a really lovely way of getting your hips to drive forward. Now, you probably, if you do a lot of running, you'll hear a lot about that, of people saying you need to drive your hips forward. Very much so, yeah? And it's very much down to what's happening at your feet. So if you look down at your standing foot, it should be pointing directly forwards. Now, if the foot is pointing out to the side and the heel is coming into the midline of the body, yeah, and the toes are pointing away towards your left shoulder, you need to change that position to straight. Now, as you do it, you'll feel the calf will engage fully through the belly of the calf muscle into that gastro. It's going to make you more powerful as a runner. The other part is checking this front foot, of course. Now, that's got to be sitting bones width apart, but also the knee tracking forward to the plumb line of the midpoint of the foot. Now, if your knee, again, is going over the tiptoe, yeah, take a bigger stride here, yeah? You'll feel the groin will extend as well. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good stuff. Okay. Shake out the hips. Don't worry, we're going to do the other leg later, right? Okay, so from here, grab your weights. Okay, so we're going to have them in our arms. Now, one of the things I was reading up about this week is about shoulder movements. So as we work through here, the weights are going to touch in front of our chest. Retract back to square here, so your arms down by your shoulder, and pull up nice and tall overhead. Now, the thing I was reading about is eccentric phase training. So the lowering side of our body. So as we raise up, we're using our shoulders strong here, but as we lower, it's a slow control back down, and then the weights touch in the middle. Fan. Control movement up to the top, but slowly lower this down. So you're fighting against the weights, but you're also fighting against gravity, certainly on the lower phase more than the raising phase. So the raising phase, our concentric phase here, and our lowering here, nice, slow and controlled. Now, you'll also notice that one arm wants to get more excited than the other. It races off more than the other one. So can you keep it nice and level as you lower back down in 3? Perfect. And again, keep it strong. And slowly lower. And again, up 3. And slowly lower again. We're going to work one more here. Well done. Really good work. Fan, get that chest forward. Raise. Slowly lower. Oh, absolute killer. Good. And release it. Good. Okay, so way down to the floor. Okay, now we're going to take our left leg up onto the platform. It's just while I write it all down beforehand. Okay, so we're going through in the lunge here. Now the knee, again, if it goes over the tiptoe here, it's too short a lunge. Take the front foot forward, step. Posture, back stays up nice and tall. Check your standing foot, mine's turned out, my toes are pointing out to my right shoulder. Now I've got to flex in. Now, as you do that, I've found an imbalance in my groin here, okay? So, what I'm finding is I'm flexing through here, the knee is tracking over towards the toe. My left knee wants to track out to the left side of my little toe. So I'm now going to try and work that left knee in. And as I push my left knee in, I keep my posture up, I can feel the right side of my groin, the inner thigh muscle, these adductors having to work. And because we're in the elevated position here, the pectineus is having to work and stretch a bit and take a bit more load. Again, check your foot position, because as you change one, you have a bit of Newton's third law, i.e. every action's got a reaction. So what we're changing on one foot, all of a sudden you'll find will change out on the other foot, or change medially, so turn inwards. Yeah, so in here, nice and strong, stepping back out. It's a killer. It's a really good little workout, but great way of developing our hip mobility and flexion. Could be 3 more here, guys, looking good. Again, hips forward, shoulders back. Again, as much knee flexion here as we can possibly imagine. Good. Give me 1 more here, team. You ready? Good work. Okay, so from here, we shake it out and just roll your hips for a second there. Maybe grab yourself a drink of water as well. Okay, dropping down into our press-up position. And we're going to work through our incline press-up. So our knees down to the floor, our toes down to the floor as well. Lower back engaged, nice and strong. Now, again, if you feel comfortable with it, make sure your chair is pushed up against the wall, so it's not going to slide. Okay, you can drop down into your full-length press-up position here. And the great thing about these plyo boxes, plyometric boxes, is you can work on different ranges. So if your fitness is low, you have it on the high side here. So it makes it a bit easier. If your fitness is higher, you can drop it down to the smallest side. You can see that I'm going to get gravity involved a lot more to pull me deeper into the exercises. Great way of working the back of the arms and the tricep. 5 more. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. And rest. Good stuff. Shake it out. Okay. So our next one is, groggy, our walking dips. Okay. So from here, our knees bent in, and we'll work a tricep dip. Work yourself back up again. Now the back stays up, chest stays up. We breathe out, push up again. Now, you have a choice. You get down to here, stick your bottom on the floor, walk your hands to the floor, and soon you walk your hands back up to go to press. Now, as you do that, if you feel that really too much on your chest, so like anterior part of your deltoid, right in the shoulder here, if you find that's too much, it's not supple enough, don't load it, yeah? So bend your knees in, walk in. See, you might need to get into here to be able to push back up from that, yeah? So as you're working through, you keep it safe and effective for you. So if you're getting down here and then you're finding it's too much to get back up here, you might go on your forearms. You haven't got that flexibility in the right shoulder. Don't strain it. All you're going to do is keep going on dips for me here, yeah? So you don't need to walk down, yeah? Then the other option is here for me. I can feel that's just a bit too much in terms of the range. So I'm going to have to really focus hard to get up to it. So the next part for me would be to come down to a lower platform here. So slightly lower again. I can sit down into it. I can walk my hands down to the floor. Now I can reach up and I can get up to it here, okay? So maybe go for a smaller or lower chair if that's going to help you. Good. And it's about trying to get that range and finding where you are. So here I can feel it's safe for me to load and pull back up to that dip. Yeah, if it's not safe for you, you're going to feel like you're going to rip through the muscle. It's way too high. Come into a lower platform and then push up. And 1 more there, please. Good stuff. And relax. Good. So our next one here into a press-up position. Let's move my cube out of the way. Boom. So we're going to go to our plank position. What I want you to do is either do this on your hands and knees, okay, or you're going to do it in your full plank position here. Alternatively, you can do it on your forearms, which is going to brace your abdominals a bit more. Okay, whichever we're going to do, we're going to work on the right knee flex and bring it back in again. Now, our feet stay on the tram line. So there's a tram line from our foot to our elbow. That foot stays nice and square and back out each time. Good, good. Now we're going to work 10 here. Forward and back. Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Left thigh should be killing you now. As you roll onto your left side, you push your tummy forward. Now I'm going to work on a right leg raise. I'm going to work 10 here. Now keep this other hand just in front of your chest. 2 more. 1 more. Good, good. And now we're going to take that same right foot, place it up in front of our right thigh. We're going to grab the shin. We're going to raise the left leg up and down. Push your hip forward. You might find a nice lengthening on the outside of the right glute. Good work, and relax there. Now, back into that plank position. We're going to work the left knee this time, okay? So again, up nice and high, left knee all the way up to the elbow and back again. Let's work 10 here, let's go. Now, don't worry if your knee doesn't all get all the way up to the elbow. Yeah, that's not what the key is here. It's about hip flexion and extension. Tough workouts. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And rest. Good, good. Onto your right side this time. We're going to take out that leg nice and straight. Kicking out high to the side and back down again. Really good work. So we're going to keep our feet nice and flexed here. So dorsiflex, you bring the toes in towards your shin. Keeping the legs nice and long and strong. The hips driven forward. Head down to the floor. 5 more here. 4 more. 3 more. 2. And 1. Good. Take that left foot up in front of the right thigh. Final exercise for today. Nice inner thigh work. Getting that duct to work in. And pull on that shin. Feet facing forwards. Hips driven forward. Really good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, grabbing the left foot, push your hips forward, shoulders back, nice big stretch to the front of the left thigh. Really good stuff. Take a nice deep breath, close your eyes, and stretch out. Recovery after training is so important. Check it out. If you're one of those people who finishes a training session and then goes, nah, I'm not going to stretch, I'm not going to give myself 2 minutes, you need to change that psychology, okay? This part is really, really important. You just work your muscles really hard, and going out and leaving them not stretched and developed ready for the day is not a good tip. Your body's got to work hard now when it's not moving. So if you go and sit and read your emails now, your body's got to work really hard to try and flush through and get rid of that toxin. So give it a chance by just giving it a bit of movement, a bit of massage just to help it out. Now, if you're in the sitting bones, forward flex, chin down, draw down, nose down, for the stretch in the back of your legs. From here, we're going to fold the arms, put the elbows down to the floor. Big lengthening through the back of the legs and extension through the lower back. Unfold. Slowly bring it back up through into standing. Push the pelvis forward. Take the left hand in between the shoulder blades, elbow back, chest up nice and high. Big stretch through the back of the left arm. Stretch and swap. Right hand in between the shoulder blades, elbow up nice and high. Really well trained. Great body conditioning class today, team. All designed to work you nice and hard, but get you ready for the day. Left arm across the body. Now, tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, a brilliant way to start your day is the stretch and flow mobility method class I teach. It's a brilliant way to get yourself going for the day. Check it out. So come and join me, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Get your body nice and ready. Wiggle your fingers out nice and far and wide. Thumb up nice and high. CJ, have a great day. Shake it up, team. Well done. Give yourself a round of applause. Shake the fingers around the other way. Grab yourself a drink. Well done. Brilliant training session today, guys. See you next time for the next one. Well done. Brilliant stuff. Cheers. Hashtag live, hashtag replay, and yeah, flurry of hearts down here. Love it. Please share it. Get it out there. Send somebody else it if they need it. They might need the help. Let's get people training. Cheers. Well done. I'm still